Afternoon, all of you. I welcome you all to Stuintern Technologies Microsoft Azure Masterclass. So I'll brief you about Stuintern Technology first. So Stuintern Technology Private Limited has a successful track record in the field of academia, research, training, recruitment, and job assistance since its inception in 2018. We also offer training and internship for all levels of the professional world. It starts from +2 level to a seasoned professional. We in Stu Valley Technology emphasize academic and research development, as no civilization can survive without education and can't progress without research. We work with each applicant to prepare them for employment ready. Stu Valley Technology bridge the gap between employer and employee via industry or product-specific selection and pre-employment. Just for a quick look, I'm sharing my screen and showing you all the unique services we Stu Valley Technology Private Limited hold. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So I hope my screen is visible to you all. So we have learning and teaching platform that is Prayog. Then we have internship and training program for which we have for Stuintern. Then we have Resume Ocean for professional resume builder. We have Navrojan, which is our job portal. Then we have Vidapun for colleges, schools, and preschools. Then we have Sudakshta for psychometric test. Then we have Anushram for research. So these are all the services which we offer. And one second. So your trainer will be Nida. So she will be guiding you today for the Microsoft Azure. So over to you, Nida.
Thank you so much, Arzu. So hi everyone. Very good morning to all. Sorry, good afternoon to all. Okay, so can I have a quick response? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the quick response. Yes, thank you, Sangal. Okay, so we are gathered here for the masterclass, right? So Microsoft Azure, right? Okay, so before we start, what is your expectation? So we are connecting for the first time as well, right? Okay, so before I introduce myself, I just wanted to get some expectation from you people. So what is your expectation from our masterclass Azure?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, Nida. This is Jinu here. So
Yes, Jim.
my expectation is to learn the fundamentals of Azure and to gain more knowledge and have that skills so that I can get a job in the Azure field, as Azure is the future. So it's all about gaining knowledge and also knowing the industry standards and also be employment ready for this. Basically to gain an additional skill on the resume.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes. So, do you know, are you from the IT background or non-IT background or a college?
No, ma'am. I'm a seasoned IT professional. I have over 8 years of relevant experience in the IT industry.
Perfect. Yes. So, how many of you are here, like IT and non-IT? I mean, can you please tell if you are IT or non-IT? Can you put it on the chat box, please? Because it will be easy for me to take you through. Okay. So, IT. Okay. Perfect. So majority we have IT over here. So that's really amazing. So it is going to be easy for me to take you through this Azure. And yes, let me quickly share my screen as well. Okay, so for the session purpose, I just prepared some PPT, but basically I won't use PPTs. Okay, I used to take a board and I used to use that. So there is a 1 hour session. Okay, I just wanted to reduce some timings. Okay, so that's the reason I preferred I prepared some PPT, so let me quickly share that as well. Okay, so now coming over here, just give me a second. Let me take this out. Please do let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
All right, thank you. Yes. All right, so yes, so before we start, yes, let me introduce myself. Okay, so I am Nida. Okay, so I have been working in the industry for the past 10 years. Okay, basically I'm what I say, like I'm into the industry, like I used to have train the employees as well. I'm into the training department where we used to train the freshers and also the experienced person in that organization. So I'm passionate about leveraging the technology to drive innovation and solve the complex challenges, and I'm excited to share my knowledge with such a talented and engaged group of individuals over here. Okay, so let's deep dive into the session. Okay, so Azure. So what that comes to your mind when you hear the term Azure? Yes. What that comes to your mind when you hear the term Azure?
Cloud computing and basically services like the databases and data Azure Data Factory.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so any other answers? All right, perfect. Okay. So Azure is a cloud computing platform which is offered by Microsoft. Okay, so it provides a range of services and tools that help businesses and individuals build, deploy, and manage the applications and services through the Microsoft data centers which are across the world. Now, cloud computing. Okay, so coming to the cloud computing. Imagine you have a powerful computer that you can access from anywhere, anytime, without needing to own it physically. Okay, that's what cloud computing is. It lets you to use the powerful resources over the internet instead of having them on your personal device. So you don't want to carry the heavy, nowadays, yeah, machines are, laptops are coming with a lightweight, but still you don't want to carry those lightweight also. Okay, so everything that you can get it around the cloud. Okay, now coming back to the Azure. Imagine you have a huge toolbox that is filled with all kinds of tools, hammers, screwdrivers, and much more. Okay, so Azure is like that toolbox, but for digital tools. Okay, so it provides everything that you might need to build and run your applications, starting from your storage, computing power to database, your machine learning, and now, yes, your artificial intelligence as well, AI. Okay, so we have different service models for delivering the computing resources and applications over the internet. Okay, so these are the services that we have in the cloud. Okay, there is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service, and then PaaS, that is platform as a service, and then yes, AaaS, that is software as a service. Okay, so we have three types of service modules over here. Okay, each one, okay, each modules that is used for a several purpose. Let's see one by one. Okay, so IaaS. Okay, IaaS means infrastructure as a service. Okay, imagine you need a car to drive to different places. Instead of buying a car, you can rent a car when you need it, right? Because when you buy a car, which also involves buying, maintaining, and servicing, right? I didn't say that you should not buy a car. Yes, if we can affordable, yes, we are affordable, then we can. Okay, but in some cases, okay, if you need a car to travel to the different places, instead of going with, I mean, instead of buying a car, what we can do, we can rent a car whenever it is needed. Okay, so the similar way, IaaS, that is like IaaS, infrastructure as a service, that provides you with the virtual machine, storage, and network over the internet. You rent these computing resources instead of owning and maintaining the physical hardware. It's like renting a car, we can say. You get what you need without the hassle of ownership and maintenance. Okay, so IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service, is ideal for businesses that need scalable infrastructure to host their application, run workloads, or store data without investing in the physical hardware. Okay, now then coming to the PaaS, that is platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service. Okay, now imagine you want to cook a meal. Okay, so don't bother that during the lunchtime. I'm just remembering about the meal. Okay, all right. So I'm really sorry about this, but it's a good example I can say. All right. So imagine you want to cook a meal. Okay, and you rent a kitchen that already has all the necessary appliances like pots and utensils, everything. You don't have to buy or maintain the equipment. You just focus on your cooking, right? So the similarly, platform as a service is all about. Platform as a service that provides a platform to develop, run, and manage applications without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. For example, let's take any programming language. You want to run an application in Python, you don't want to worry because in the platform as a service, everything is ready for you. You can come, you can take the environment, you can write the Python program, you can run it, you can check the output, then you can go back. Okay, so that is what your platform as a service is. It provides a platform where you can develop, run, manage applications. You don't want to worry about the infrastructure. It's like renting a fully equipped kitchen where you can just focus on cooking your meal without worrying about the tools and maintenance. Okay, you don't want to worry whether the what you can say, like the oven is there, OTG is there, and then what it's called like fridge is there. Okay, all those things you don't want to worry about it. A fully functional kitchen is there. You just want to go cook your meal and come back. The similar way is your platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service that offers a platform that includes both hardware and software tool to develop, test, and deploy your applications. All right. Okay, so now this platform as a service is suitable for the developers who want to build and deploy the applications quickly without managing any hardware or software layers. Okay, then finally, we have software as a service. Okay, so think about using a Netflix or Spotify. So everyone have a subscription in the OTT platforms, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So imagine that, okay? All right, so using a Netflix, Spotify, or your own subscription sites, okay? You access movies, music, or other content directly over the internet without having to install or maintain any software on your computer, right? So previously, if you want to listen to your music, yes, you want to have a music application, okay? And if you see, we had a separate iPod also for listening to the music and all earlier, but now it is not like that, right? And also to listen to the music, you want to download the music from the internet, you want to make it as a storage. Either you will use your memory cards or your phone storage itself, and once it was exhausted, so your lovable songs, you have to delete that to, I mean, to reload your playlist, right, with the new songs. But now it is not like that. You love old songs, new songs, trendy songs, what kind of a category songs you love. Yes, you can listen to the music whenever you want, because we have we have everything in one application with a subscription, right? So that is what as a software as a service we have. Software as a service that delivers the software application over the internet on a subscription basis, right? You use these applications through a web browser or app without installing or managing them yourself. You're not going to
Ma'am,
bother.
I have one
Yeah.
question.
Yes,
So, how
please.
do the organization determine which one they need to use? Do they depend on the organizational requirement to based on which they can use the service models, or how do they determine that?
Okay, so in the organization, if you see, we will be having a several teams. So we have a developers, we have an operation team, we have a testing team, okay, and we have a backend team who manages the data. So each and every team, okay, they need some requirements. So now coming over here, if you see, all right, so the developers who wants to write the code, the developers who wants to write their code, testers are there. So who wants to test the code which was written by the developer? So which means you need some tools, right? You need some software. For example, which programming language you are comfortable with?
Actually, I'm not a developer, but for example, we can take Python.
Okay, Python. So now to run a Python application, there are some dependencies, right? So you need a Python software to be installed. So which means like we are not sure that all the developers will be familiar with installing the applications. Imagine, okay? So now in the organization also, you won't have any rights to install the applications from the internet. You will be approaching the team, okay? We call like a computer admin team, okay? So you have to approach them for installing the software. So they will be installing that. And at the same time, even they won't aware about the programming language. So they never know whether it is running or running fine or not. Okay. So now we are in a situation, we want to work on the Python. So why do worry? Just go with the platform as a service. You can have your you can have all your tools over there. Just go write a Python program, execute it, check the output, satisfied, come out of it. So that is platform as a service. Okay, now coming to the storage. Now let's say like in the web application, we have a front end team and a back end team. So front end is like what we see. Okay, back end is like the data, the storage part. Okay, so the user who is comfortable or the user who is expert at the database, okay, they will be having the storage part, right? Again, coming to the storage, you need some infrastructure where you can have all your data, right? For that, you will be going with your infrastructure as a service. So it is all in an organization, you will have altogether the combination of IaaS, PaaS, software as a service, everything will be there. But it depends upon the team's requirement, the service will be provided.
So basically, based on the teams, for example, for developers, they may need the PS, and for the other storage part, they may need the IaaS. So based on the teams in the organization, the cloud service model will be selected, right? Or they can
Exactly.
have the combination of all the three.
Okay, so based, I mean, if the team that requires the combination, yes, they can go for the combination. But in an organization, they have the combination of all those three. Let me tell you. So, for example, in your organization, you have some applications, right? Okay, let's say in the login system or your profile. Okay, so that can be run in the organization. So those things that will be like a software as a service. You just go, you view it, you will come back. You're not going to do anything as well, right? Okay, and for example, you can also take your Word, PowerPoint, you're going to make use of it. So those things are software as a service. Now even we are connected through the Zoom, right? Even the Zoom is a software as a service. We just connected, okay? We are utilizing it, okay? We don't know how it works, okay? We don't know how it gets managed as well. We just join, we are just sharing our thoughts, and then we are going to go back, right? So this is like a software as a service. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, let's move further. Okay, coming back, yes. So coming back with our IaaS. Okay, sorry, SaaS, software as a service. Okay, software as a service that delivers the software applications over the internet. Okay, so you can take your Office 365 as an online, right? So you can take the Zoom application over the online. So yes, you use these applications through the web browser or the app without installing or managing them by yourself. Okay, it's like using a streaming service. You get the software and the content you need, and the service provider will handle everything else. We don't want to bother about it. Okay, and coming to the organization level, the combination of all these service will come. The combination of all these service will comes under your organization. And in an organization, we will have a different teams. So based on the team's requirement, the service will be provided. Okay, all right, yes. So now we have just covered the three main types of cloud services, that is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Each of these models offer different levels of control, flexibility, and management. Infrastructure as a service that provides a virtualized computing resources, platform as a service that offers a platform for developing and deploying applications, software as a service that delivers a fully functional software over the internet, right? So understanding these cloud service model is essential because they set the stage for how we interact with and manage our cloud resources. But as we move forward, there is another critical aspect we need to address. As we use these cloud services, it is important to consider how to protect our data and applications. Okay, so this brings us to an equally important topic, security. Okay, well, coming before to this. So artificial intelligence, AI, is indeed one of the hottest topics right now, right? It's everywhere, powering recommendations engines or streaming services, enhancing the customer support with chatbots, and even driving innovations in healthcare and autonomous vehicles. AI's ability to process data and automate tasks is making the headlines and shaping the future of technology. But to deep dive into how AI is implemented in Azure, it is essential to have a foundational understanding of AI concepts and technologies. Azure offers a powerful AI tools and services, but effectively using them, we need, requires a knowledge of AI principles. Okay, so while AI is an exciting and trending topic, understanding it fully that requires a prior AI knowledge, that is a basic foundational one. So giving the scope of our session, okay, given the scope of our session, and to ensure we cover something immediately actionable and relevant for everyone, so we are going to focus on another crucial area. Okay, so in today's digital landscape, security is paramount. With increasing cyber threats and the need to protect the data, understanding the security practices is essential. Right? So Azure provides a comprehensive security features and services that are critical for protecting your data and applications in the cloud. By focusing on security, we will gain practical skills that are immediately applicable, helping us safeguard over our digital environments effectively. Okay, so this knowledge will not only be beneficial for understanding how to secure your AI applications in the future, but is also a fundamental skill for anyone working in the cloud technology. So for this session, we will focus on security in Azure, and understanding how to protect and secure our cloud resources is a vital skill. Okay, so this knowledge will help you manage and safeguard applications and data in the cloud, regardless of whether you're working with infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. Okay, so we have established that security is the critical aspect for managing cloud services and protecting our digital assets. So among various security measures, we have various security measures. Among them, network security is particularly vital as it involves protecting the integrity and confidentiality of data as it travels across networks. Okay, all right, so coming over here. So, but before we start with the networking services, I just like to take a quick walkthrough about our Azure portal. Okay, so to use the Azure, you have to use the link like portal.azure.com. So this is the portal. Let me sign into my account. Yeah. So this is the Azure cloud ecosystem, we can say, where we have the combination of all the three services. Okay, so now if you click on this more services, it will take you to the page where the services are categorized. Now coming to the compute, if you see, yes, you can see infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and then serverless and microservices, high performance computing, hybrid cloud. So you have all the combinations. Okay, all the combinations over here. Okay, all right, so now coming back, yes, AI and machine learning is there. So if you on the left side, if you see, you have a lot of categories, and in that categories you can see the services that are provided by the Azure ecosystem. Now coming over here, so if you want to use this Azure, yes, you can go to the link that is portal.azure.com. Okay, all right, so you can sign if you, prerequisite for this is like if you want to have a Microsoft account. Okay, you have to have a Microsoft account. Either it can be outlook.com or hotmail.com, not a problem. But the thing is like, make sure that you have your Microsoft account. Okay,
Ma'am,
so
actually, I have a question. Do
yes,
we is there a free subscription that we can avail, like a
I'll
trial?
come to that point. I'll come to that point. Okay. All right, so once you sign up, okay, once you sign up, it will be asking you, okay, I'll just take one dummy account over here. I think I may have something. Just give me a second. Let me take it out. Okay. I'm not good at remembering the passwords. I used to save my passwords always. Okay. I hope my screen is visible, right, with the portal?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So my account is locked. Wow. Okay. Then this won't be good. Just a second. Let me take the another one. All right. Let me say I want to create a new one. Let's go ahead with that. Okay. So I just want to create a new one. I'm going to create from the scratch. Let's say I'm going to use another account. Okay. Create a new one. All right. Now coming over here. So you have to create a Microsoft account. Either it can be a Hotmail or Outlook, but make sure that you are using a Outlook. So now let me say the AP123. Okay, this is my email. I'm just creating a roughly. I'm just saying next. Provide your passwords. Okay, I'm not good in remembering the passwords. I'm just going to make use of my earlier passwords. Okay, so click on the next. Okay, you have to provide your details. Next. Okay, so you can say your database. Okay, so let me say like. So randomly I'm giving. All right. Okay. So and then the verifications, which I hate the most, I can say. Okay. So yes, you have to see there are dice on your right side. There are the icons on the left side. So you have to match accordingly. Okay. There will be like nearly 10 questions will be there. Okay. So if you are clearing this, to clear this, you need some patience. Okay. All right. So I just quickly do this. I don't want to waste timing. So let me quickly do that. Just give me a second. But you can also help me. So if I'm matching correctly or wrongly, all right. Um, okay. This one, no. Only this. Okay. All right. Not this. Oh my God, this is really so tough. Okay. I think I'll just go with this. So really they are testing our patience, I can see. All right. Okay. Still 5 more questions. Right. Okay. Guys, you can also help me to solve it very soon. Okay, this one. Will it be? Hope so. Let's say.
It doesn't have to be in sequence, right? If any
No,
image is there,
any
that is it.
images.
Okay.
That's it. Like,
Based on the left. Okay.
yes. So I don't want to be in the sequence, anything that can be. Right, somewhere. So notice. I think this might. I wish this. So 2 more. Okay, so those who are not good in patience, so please bear yourself to answer these questions. Okay, all right. Yeah, coming next. This would be. And one more thing, if anything is wrong, again, you have to do from the scratch, the 10 questions, again, it will pop up. So it's better to take some time and take it out for the very first time itself. Okay. All right. See, I made some wrong. Okay. So we have to be
Even if
very
you do one wrong, we'll have to start all over again.
exactly.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me give a last try. If it is not, then and I hate this. This is the most part I really hated. Okay.
Earlier, it used to be quite easy. They used to select either the car or bridge or the images, and
Those
here
kind
they
of
have
things,
made.
it's
Yes,
you know what, every month they will come up with a different category
right.
like this. Okay, so okay, not this one. This, think this. See, you have to start from the scratch. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the reason in the morning I created an account and I kept, but now it was saying like my account has been blocked. Uh, Okay, just another 1 more minute. I'll just quickly finish this verification and then let's quickly go ahead. Okay.
So it doesn't tell us on the spot whether we did a mistake. It will go till the
No,
10, and then it will say if everything is done correctly. Right?
yes, it will go till the end. So that's the reason
Actually,
I said, so those were,
we could have corrected there and there.
so that's the reason I said those were not good in patience, right? So please try it in the very first go because it will test us, it will test our patience to the core. I wish this would be the correct. Or more. And that too, they won't ask very easy questions, you know. They'll be asking like this.
Right.
So 3 more. Okay. So, yes. 2 more. Okay. And 1 more to go. Perfect. Wow. Thank you. The verification is completed. All right. Okay, so once you create an account, okay, if you have your Outlook account, if you have your Microsoft account, you can quickly log in and you can go to this particular portal. If not, you can create an account, okay, do the verification and come to your portal. All right, so now let's imagine that for this particular account, I don't have a subscription. So to make use of this Azure ecosystem, Azure resources, if you want to make use of your Azure resources, definitely yes, you want to take a subscription. Now coming over here, if you see, if you are a student, okay, then you're the luckiest person I can say, because Azure, they offer a free resources for the student if they submit their ID cards. If they take a photocopy and if they submit the ID cards and if it is validated, then they will get the free access for this portal. And now coming to our normals. Okay, so yes, we can start our free trial for 1 month. Okay, so for a month we will get $200 credit, we will get it. And then for the next 12 months, once you upgrade yourself for the subscription, okay, for the next 12 months you will have the popular free services. Okay, now coming over here, if you say start, yes, you have to register yourself, your personal details, okay, and then your address, your phone number, so that will be verified and are followed by you want to have either a debit card or a credit card with the category Visa or MasterCard. Okay, Visa or Mastercard. So with this versions only, you can get into your portal. Okay, if you're having any other cards, definitely it is not going to accept, and even a prepaid cards are not acceptable. Only debit and credit card with the version of Visa and Mastercard. Okay, now once, I mean, 2 rupees, 2 rupee INR will be debited to verification. Okay, once that is verified, you will be getting into the free trial subscription. So if you go into the subscription section, on the top bar, you have a search bar. Just on the top, you have a search bar. Just click on it and type subscription. It will take you to the page where you have your active subscriptions and all. So as of now, no subscription for this account. So there is no entries over here. All right. So you will be having a free trial, and in the free trial, you will have $200 you have a free credit. So make use of it. 1 month, either you utilize the service, either you utilize your Azure service or not, $200 will be there. So what I suggest is, like, in that 1 month, use the Azure Portal as much as possible. Explore each and every services as much as possible, because $200 they are providing for free. You can create a virtual machine, yes, explore it. You can create a database, explore it. Okay, $200, either you use it or not, it will be there for you. Okay, so make use of it, bring it to $0 also, not a problem. Okay, but you may also question, Nida, if we have utilized, if the $200 that reduced to zero, okay, $200 is free, but what we will do if the $200 gets over? If we utilize the service, we will be get charged for that. Okay, that might be the next question, obviously. So here, coming over here, if you see in the Azure, in the cloud, if you see, you will get the payment, that is pay as you go. For what you are using, okay, for what you are using, for that only you have to pay. And the one more plus point over here is, once your free trial gets over, okay, once your free trial gets over, you will be notified. Okay, you will be notified that your free trial is going to expire, and it's expired. All right, so before a week, you will be notified that your free trial is about to expire, and on the day of expiring, you will get a message like your free trial is expired. Then you can go with your upgrade version. That if you wish to upgrade yourself, yes, you can go ahead and upgrade. If not, yes, you don't want to do it, create another account, go another trial account, utilize it. Okay. All right, so now coming over here, let me take you to the account where I have my subscription. Okay, and once you upgrade yourself, okay, here in the Azure, yes, it's a deep, vast area, we can say, because we have plenty of services over here. Okay, so which means, like, should I want to pay for all the services every month? No, it's not like that. If I'm using only the virtual machine, okay, if I'm using only the virtual machine, so virtual machine is nothing but a virtual machine like our physical one. Okay, now I have my laptop in front of me. So the laptop is having the configurations, right? So physically, my system is present in front of me. Okay, that is the physical machine. But when coming to the virtual machine, with the same configuration, what my laptop, what my system that has, with the same configuration, I can go ahead and create a machine, but it is not going to be physically present. It is on the cloud. It is on the cloud. It is virtually present. So not only from my system, I can connect to the machine which I'm creating. I can go anywhere around the world. Okay, I can go anywhere around the world. I can log into my account, and I can take the virtual machine. I can access it. All I need is internet. All I need is internet, and of course, I want to remember my credentials, and I'm not good in that. Okay, but yes, if I want to make use of it, yes, I have to remember the passwords. Okay, all right. So now, yes, you want the internet. That is the first thing. If you have the internet, yes, anywhere around the world, you can go ahead and you can access it. So you don't want to carry your lightweight laptop or heavyweight laptops. No. Okay, we can travel around however we want it. Okay, now coming back over here. So now if I say I'm creating a virtual machine, for example, okay, I'm going to create, let's say I'm going to create a Windows machine, let's say. Okay, so of course, if you want a Windows for OS, yes, we need to take we need to take the key for the, for the activation purpose and all those things, right? Okay, so now as soon as I open the virtual machine, on my right side, can you see the estimated monthly cost? Okay, because this is like pay as you go. So for my, for example, if I take the image, like let me say I'm going to make use of Windows 11 Pro version OS. Okay, so for that, you can see the size. So for example, there are plenty of sites that are available. So you can see the RAM and the data disk. If I want 8 GB RAM, okay, if I want 8 GB RAM, so I can go with this. Let me say I want this configuration system. So I can select it. Now the price will be loaded. Okay, so which means like per month, I want to pay 5,000 rupees. Okay, so now again, coming over here, just you see here, this is 5,000 rupees per month when it is deployed. So region is like around the world, Azure is having a lot of data centers around different locations in the world. Okay, so now if you see over here, it in the East US, if I want to deploy on the East US location, my price is 5,000 per month for this. Now again, coming over here, if I select Central US, it's 6,000. Okay, and again, if you select any other region apart from this, let me say like, okay, South India, and you can see the price, 7,000. Okay, all right. Okay, so it's 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So which means like for one resources, it is not a constant rate. Okay, so based on your region, the size, based on your region, the price will differ. Okay, and at the same time, you may also question me, okay, Nida, for this session purpose, if we are creating a VM, okay, so which means like after this session, we are not going to use this VM. So do we want to pay 7,000 rupees per month, 7,000 rupees for a month for this 1 hour session, or the usage for this virtual machine is going to be 5 minutes, let's say. So for 5 minutes, do we want to pay 7,000 rupees? No, not at all. Okay, so let me fill this field for you. So first you have to select your subscription. Okay, virtual machine. Okay, that comes under your infrastructure as a service category. Okay, so you just want to select your subscription. So this two details will be common for all the services that you are going to create in the Azure. Okay, all right, so first you have to select the subscription and then the resource group. So resource group is nothing but you're going to group the services. So now you can see over here in our Azure, we have several services. With the help of these services, we are going to create a resource. Resource is nothing but an object. So with the help of my virtual machine service, I'm going to create a virtual machine. Now my virtual machine is a resource. Okay, so the similar way, let's say for a project XYZ, I want VM, that is virtual machine. I want a database. So what I can do, I can group them. So that is what your resource group. Okay, so now let's come back to the virtual machine. Let me say over here, I'm going to create a new resource group. Okay, so let me say like a Masterclass. All right, so I'm just going to say, okay, my resource group is created. Okay, now for this session, what are the resources that we are going to create? I'm going to put it in this particular group. Okay, all right, then you can provide the name for your virtual machine. So let me say Windows. And then the region, so where you wanted to deploy, yes, you can select it accordingly. And yes, you can select the image. So I wanted a Windows 11, so let's say. And then I will provide a username and password over here. Okay, Azure user. And provide the password. All right, yes. Then coming to the inbound port rules. Inbound port rules means if your virtual machine, okay, if your machine wants to connect to the open internet, okay, if your machine that wants to connect to the open internet. So for example, now my system is connected to the internet, so I can go ahead and I can make use of anything in my system. I can connect to the internet. I can take any site over here, right? I can access any site. That is because my system is connected to the public internet, so I can make use of it. So your inbound port rules is nothing but the public internet. Whether you want access for accessing the public internet from your virtual machine. If you say yes, click on this allow. If not, no, none. Okay, and also if you say allow, you can select the inbound ports from where you want to access it. Okay, from where you want to access it. So we are going to say RDP. RDP is remote desktop protocol. Okay, remote desktop protocol, so that will comes like this. So you will be using a remote desktop connection. Okay, let me show you that as well. So yes, once you create a VM for the Windows, you will get an IP address. So once you put the IP address over here, and if you say connect, we are getting into the RDP mode. Okay, that is remote desktop protocol mode. So our machine will be accessible inside this RDP only, not anywhere. Okay, inside in this RDP connection only, we can access our virtual machine. That is what here. And now coming over here, you can see 3389. Okay, 3389 is the default port of your RDP. The similar way, if you come over here for HTTP, the default port is 80, HTTP is 443, SSH 22. Okay, and then RDP 3389. So these are the default ports which we should not use it for other purpose. Okay, if you want to make use of HTTP portal, yes, you can select HTTP. If you want HTTPS, yes, you can select HTTPS. Okay, there is no problem that you can select all also, or you can select any one also. That is not a problem. Okay, now let's say RDP. Now, if you go ahead and say and confirm the license, okay, the licensing part for Windows machine image. Now, yes, let's create it. I'm not going to create as of now. I'm just going to show you. So now coming over here. So for a month, okay, for a month, it showed 5,000 rupees, right? So which means like for 5 minutes, if you use, it doesn't mean that you want to pay 5,000 rupees. You can see over here, right? 7.98 INR rupees per hour. Okay, so if I use only for 5 minutes, only for that 5 minutes only, I wanted to pay. I don't want to pay for the entire month where I'm not using the virtual machine. Okay, I'm using just for 5 minutes means I can pay only for that 5 minutes. The bill will be generated only for that 5 minutes. Okay, so you can how you can save your resources? Yes, if once you are done with your virtual machine usage, okay, you can stop that. Okay, just turn it off. Then once you come back to your work, yes, turn it on. Just like how your physical machine, how you will be shut, how will you do shutdown and log it on? Okay, the same thing you can do it for your virtual machine to save your resources. Okay, all right, yes. And coming over here to this Azure, yes, as I said, you have several services, you can make use of it. Now coming over here, okay, as I said there are plenty of services we have in the Azure. And right now in our industry, the trending part is AI. But AI in Azure, if you wanted to explore, we need to have some fundamentals of Azure, okay, which we can't cover here. So I'm just going to take the second trending topic, that is cyber security, which means like how you can secure your Azure, how you can provide security in Azure. Okay, all right, so that is what we are going to have a look. So now coming back to our PPT. All right, so your networking services. Okay, here in the networking services, if you see, we have the categories. All right, so categories like virtual network, load balancer, VPN gateway, Azure firewall. Let me give you a quick example for all those things. And for today's session, I thought of covering a firewall because that is a very, very interesting topic when comparing to all the services in the networking. Okay, now coming to the virtual network, let me see. Okay, so coming to the virtual network, now you have your machine. Okay, you have your machine. So you are connected to the internet, right? Internet. Okay, bear with my spellings. Okay, internet. Now with this internet, you can access any kind of resources from your machine, right? The similar way in your Azure, okay, in your Azure, you can create a network. You can create an internet. So that is what your virtual network is, which means like you're going to create a private network for yourself. Either it can be for yourself or it can be for your organization. So you're going to create a private network where you are going to manage your resources only within that private network, where no one can access it or no one can manage it from outside. For example, in the cloud, if I create a virtual machine, for example, if I cannot access this from my own machine, which means like from outside the cloud, I cannot access, okay, I cannot access until I provide the rules. If I didn't select the RDP, port, definitely I cannot access the virtual machine from anywhere. Okay, we have to provide the rules. Unless if we are not providing the rules, we cannot access anything. Okay, we cannot access anything. So if you want a resources which is to be very private, yes, we will be putting into the private networks. All right. Okay, then coming to the load balancer. Now let me give you a small example. Okay, now let's say you are connecting to the customer care service. Wow. Any kind. Okay, either it can be your your mobile network customer care, or e-commerce, let's say Amazon customer care, Flipkart customer care. All of a sudden, if we connect, none of our calls will be connected to the agents. Do you agree? Whenever we try to connect to the customer care, they will be put us on hold for nearly 3 to 5 minutes. Then only the agent will be connected. Immediately, none of the agents, they will be connecting us, right? Okay, now coming over to the load balancer again. So here, let's say like we have the agents. Let's say I have 3 agents over here. Okay, for the customer care support. Now we have 100 callers. Okay, we have 100 callers in the queue. They are waiting to resolve their query. Okay, so one by one. So first caller will go to the first agent, second caller will go to the second agent, the third caller will go to the third agent. So like this, they will be going. So now there will be a person who, like a supervisor, let's say like TL or the supervisor, who used to supervise that the calls which are in the queue is equally distributed among these 3 agents. Okay, that portion we call it like a load balancer. Balancing the load among the available agents. That is what. So now what this load balancer is going to do in our networking? Okay, what this load balancer is going to do in our networking. So coming back over here, if you see, let's say we have an application. Okay, we have application, let's say our portal only. Okay, let's say our portal application. Now, 100 users are going to register at a time. Okay, at a time they are going to register. So which means like each and every user, they clicks on the submit button. Okay, so the response will be sent to the backend. So all the 100 responses at a time, it will go to one individual server. Let's imagine. So what will happen if at a time, if the server receives 100 responses? Now imagine that, okay, all of a sudden, if we ourselves receive 100 responses at a time, what we will do? How do we provide? I mean, how do we proceed? 100 responses at a time. So how do we proceed? Yes? All right. So coming back over here. So it will be a difficult situation for us if we receive 100 response at a time, right? Okay, so one response at a time, yes, it is manageable, but 100 responses at a time, if we wanted to respond, that is the biggest question mark, right? Biggest question mark, how we can do that? So here we have a load balancer, and at the same time, we have plenty of resources like our customer agents. So this load balancer will split the request among the resources, among the VMs, among the servers. It will split the it will split the 100 requests to the server, and it will be responding to that. Okay, so we have a load balancer. So we don't want to worry about that at the time. How many requests we receive also not a problem. We have a load balancer that will take care of the request which we got from the user. The load balancer will split the request to the different servers, okay, to provide the responses. Now coming over here, the request and the response. Okay, request and the response. These two are addressed as traffic in network, in the cloud. We used to say inbound traffic, outbound traffic. Inbound traffic addressed to the request, outbound traffic that addressed to the response. So overall, we won't use request and response term. We use the term called traffic. Okay, we use the term called traffic. Okay, so for that, we use the load balancer. So now load balancer is there. Now, gateways. So though we are all in the IT, so we all know that we have a organization. Okay, so we have organization networks. Okay, organization networks. Now, now we are in the hybrid mode. Let's say we are in the hybrid mode. So which means like in a week, 2 days in office, 3 days in work from home, or 3 days in office, 2 days in work from home, we will be there, right? So if you are in your organization, Okay, if you are in organization, all your organization application can be easily accessible. But when you are connected to, when you're in your home, when you're working from home, you will be connected to your work. I mean, when you will be connected to your home network. Have you ever tried to access your organization application from your machine, which is connected to the home network? Have you ever tried? Yes.
So our home network will be using Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, Wi-Fi, your broadband, your hotspot, your
Oh,
Wi-Fi.
right.
So how, like, I hope everyone will be, I mean, everyone will try to access the organization application from your home, right? So
Yes, through
have,
VPN.
yes, so that is what. So why we need a VPN? Why we need the VPN? Because each and every organization, they have their own private network, which means like the datas, okay, the resources within the organization are isolated, which means like no one from the outsiders can access the resources for resources of the organization. So that's the reason your organization will have a network which is private only for the organization, and any resources that is running inside that private network is also a private. Now, if you wanted to access your organization application, okay, which is running in the organization network, two things you can do. The first thing is you can travel to your organization, connect over there, you can access your application. Okay, if not, the second option what we have is VPN. Each and every organization, they have a VPN. So through the VPN, we are entering into the secure mode. Okay, we are entering into the secure mode. Okay, so from our home network, we are entering into the virtual private network. Okay, so from that, we can able to connect to our organization application. Okay, this is clear.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So now, yes, the next one which we have is like firewall. Okay, firewall. So firewall, now again, let me take you an example with the organization only. Okay, yeah, just a second. Now coming over here in the organization, let's say whenever you try to access some site, okay, you will get a message set by saying that site is blocked. If you want to access, contact the admin, something like this message. I hope everyone have faced it, right? Yes. So from your organization network or from your machine, when you are connected to the organization network, or from your machine, if you are trying to access any other site, okay, sometimes the sites will be accessible and some sites will not accessible. So when it is not accessible, you will get a message like site is blocked. If you want to still access the site, you have to contact the admin. So like this message you will get it. I hope you have experienced it. Yes or no? Yes. Guys, are there? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Yeah. Okay. So like this, we will get the information. So how? So we have the security people. So security people is not the person who stands outside the gate. Okay. So we have in our organization, we have an important role of the security admin. This is the role, and which is very peak. Okay, I mean, right now security is very important role, and we have a lot of vacancies for the security admin, and especially cloud security. Okay, cloud security associate security engineer. So we have two roles. Okay, cloud security engineer and associate. After AI, okay, after AI, the security role is what the second, I mean, trend. Okay, so now, yes, because nowadays the cyber security, you can see a lot of attacks were happening. So each and every organization, if you see, they are giving more importance on the security perspective only. On the security only, they are trying to invest more budget on the security part. Okay. All right. So yes. So if you are comfortable, if you are comfortable with the networking, and if you are clear about the security concepts in any one of the cloud, yes, your package will be high. Trust me, your package will be high if you get the position like cloud security engineer or associate. Okay, so we have in the Azure, yes, we have a certification also for that, okay, which says Azure security. That's an expert level certification. Okay, now yes, coming back over here, yes, our security admin will configure, okay, will configure which sites that are to be allowed and which sites that are not to be allowed. So that configuration, that rules will happen in your firewall. Okay, in the network, okay, what are the sites that are accessible, what are the sites that are not accessible, all the rules will be provided in the firewall. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
All right, now coming over to the next. And one more thing, the another one, security level, another one is like the role-based access, I can say, role-based access. Now let's say that we have created a resources in our, we have created a resource in our portal, let's say. Okay, we have created a resource in the portal. Now, for example, let's say like I have my virtual machine. So let me create that quickly. Just give me a second. Let me create a quickly over here. Let me say demo. Okay, let me go with Ubuntu. And yes, we have some VMs which will be free for for the next 12 months. If you are upgraded, okay, for the next 12 months, you have free services also. Okay, so yes. Now coming over here, I'm just going to take a least one. So to show the difference, okay, let me say Azure user and let me say the password. Okay, yes. And then let me go ahead and let me say review. And yes, let me see. Once the verification gets passed, I'm going to say create. Okay, so now, yes, you can see once you create the VM in the portal, so it will get provisioning. So you can see once the VM is provisioned successfully, we can go to the particular resources and we can access. Now let's wait for that. So now coming over here, let's see our VM is successfully provisioned. So now let's go to the resources over here. Now, okay, so now coming over here, you can see this access control. So in this access control, okay, let's say a new employee is joined in the organization. So first, what the organization will do, they will be giving a credentials, right? So they will be credentials. They will be providing a credentials, which means like the username and password. So first, we will be adding the user to our official record, right? So for that, let's say like I'm going to add the user over here. Okay, let me say the user coming over here. I'm going to add a new user over here. All right, so let's say like user one. Okay, and let's say the display name is also a user. Okay, so you can see the password is auto-generated over here. Suppose if you don't want the password to be auto-generated, you can uncheck it and you can provide the password as well. Now let's say auto-generate the password, and yes, you can say review and create. So now what happens once the new joinee is joined in the organization, we added their record. Okay, we added their details in our official record. So with that case, we will be generating a username and the password. Okay, username, password, the email ID and the password, right? So let's say this detail will be provided to the employee. Okay, so now let's say now we have created a virtual machine, right? So this resources, In the organization also has a cloud. Okay, so in that cloud, if you see, we have lot of resources. Okay, we have lot of resources. It doesn't mean that all the employees in the organization, they can access. It is not like that. So now let's say like I have created this VM. So which means like in the organization, all the employees in the organization can see this, can see this virtual machine. No, not at all. How? You can provide the access. So coming to this access control, you can add the user over here. Okay, you have to add the role assignment, and then you have to select the member whom you want to provide access to this particular VM. So this is one kind of security. Who wants to access the resources. So for that individual alone, you can add, and that resources will be visible only to that particular individual. For example, if I'm adding this virtual machine to this user one can see only this virtual machine, not any other resources. Yes, of course, they can see the services names and all. They can see user, they can see app services, they can see Entra ID. Yes, they can see, but they cannot access it. They can access only the demo VM to which they have added. So this is one kind of the security, that is role-based access control. Okay, I'm sorry. This is one kind of a security. And now, yes, so we are running out of a time. So I thought of showing a firewall also as a demo, but unfortunately we ran out of a time. But don't worry. So we will connect with any other master session also, okay, where I will show you the complete demo. And of course, you can enroll for this Azure, Azure classes, because we will be in our Stu Valley, if you see, we will be exploring each and every topic from the base till the advanced. Okay, all right. So if you are, if you are comfortable with this Azure, you can complete many certifications starting from your fundamentals, administrator, security, okay, DevOps, Azure DevOps. So we have plenty of certifications in the Azure. So if you join any one of our course, okay, you can attend this 5 certifications also. And if you have 5 certifications, you have you have a top value in the organization in any IT industry. Okay, so you can go for your developer, either you can go for your security admin, any roles that can come up with you. All right, so with this note, I'll just put a hold over here. So if you have any questions, please, you can ask me now. So any questions regarding our masterclass, or any the topic which we discussed, or anything you wanted to know about the Azure? So please do, you can put forward your questions.
Those who are interested in this course, please drop your details in the chat box so that our team can connect with you. And like, it was a wonderful masterclass, Nida ma'am. Also, students, please drop your reviews about the masterclass in the chat box. Also, your certificates will be processed in 2-3 working days. So please drop the reviews in the chat box. Like, how was the masterclass? Like, did you enjoyed it? Was it like knowledgeable to you all?
So if you have any questions, yes, feel free to ask us. Okay, we are there to help you out, and I'm there to help you with all your questions regarding your Azure, the technical questions or any kind of a questions. Yes, you can put forward, and I'm there to address you.
The student who named as SR, please, can you tell us your original name? Okay, okay, Shrishti. Okay, Shrishti, then our team will contact you regarding the query you had, and I hope you all enjoyed the masterclass. So thank you, Nida ma'am, and thank you everyone for joining the masterclass. Have a nice day ahead. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead. Okay, so if possible, we'll connect with you in any one of our upcoming masterclass. So stay connected with us for the updates. Thank you so much. Thank you, Azure, for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Stu Valley. Yeah.
Bye.